Hello
Hi.
and welcome. Seamless introduction to 8th episode.
Oh God, is it that much already? What? How's that happened?
What?
That's not allowed.
Hello?
No.
Yeah, I think I.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
it
have written
is.
down on my notes that I carefully make before each recording. FMUF 8. In fact, I speaking of careful notes, I actually started writing on your left 8 instead of FMUF 8.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What?
That's how much I love that segment.
Yikes.
Yeah, apparently we've made 8 of these, or this is our 8th one that we are making.
That is insane. What? No, hang on.
I checked before we recorded. We're on 750 views, so 3/4 to 1,000.
Bruh.
Yeah. Brr.
Bruh. Oh, yeah, thank you for sticking around, and people who are still listening after 8 fucking episodes of this frothy bullshit, welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back. Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for listening. Welcome to our domain. Thank you for listening. Pull that lever over there and get your coffee. Wrong lever. That one blows up the universe. Don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. It's fine.
This one deletes the channel.
Ah, shit. No, that's for when we have to do our blatant apology video and have to do the YouTuber sigh and apologize about something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What are we gonna do? Film a dead body or something?
Yeah.
we try and vlog and there's a dead body. Who left this dead body here?
Oh shit, Maurice, no. Why you always gotta be so dead like that? It's not PR friendly.
No, good.
It's not good for our public image. Oh my God. Right. Yeah. Anyway, enough blithering.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about crewing.
What do we do on these? What do we say?
I don't know. What's a LARP? What's RP? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Who are we?
Apparently we're doing a podcast. Nobody informed us of this. We've just kind of been stuck here in this virtual room.
Help!
Yeah, help.
I've been trying to do Morse code throughout all the episodes and no one's heard, so I'm just gonna have to shout, "Help! I'm here against my will. Ella has trapped me here.
Excuse
and she's forcing me to make podcasts with her."
I like how I've become the villain in this. He's how am I the bad guy again? I feel like I'm being typecast.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
Revel in it at this point. I'm
rude.
I'm just the belligerent idiot that follows you.
I mean, you are a belligerent idiot, yeah.
Not wrong.
No.
I'm typecast into that.
True. Okay. No, I'll accept that.
Speaking of being a villain, hey, what a segue.
Oh man. Damn, that was so smooth.
I know.
Did not see. Wow. Great. Excellent. Professional.
Ella, you
Whoa.
You recently returned to the real world, having done a weekend of LARP, but not as a player. What a twist!
What a twist!
My microphone just fell down off my head.
Classic technical difficulties.
Sorry, I got way too excited. I move a lot whilst recording. Okay, like I was saying, back from a LARP weekend, not as a player, but as a member of crew.
Yes.
And we've mentioned a few times about getting into crewing when you first start LARP, or if you're not sure about it, can't afford it, all these various reasons. However, we haven't really talked about it in too much detail, so
yes,
I think we should maybe do that.
I also think we should maybe do that. I think that's a fantastic idea.
I mean, we don't have to do that if you don't want to. But
I like how he says this now after we've just fucking discussed doing this exact thing, and he's like, "Oh my God, we
don't look behind the curtain. This is decided. This is decided right now."
Are we pretending to do it on the fly after you've said that you were looking at your notes, Charles? How's that for fourth
My notes consist of the word crewing. Ella's on your left, and that's it.
Okay, but
I used the whole A5 page for 2 lines.
Well. Still notes. Also, I only have screenshots, so you're one better than me. Anyway, moving on. Crewing, yes. So I crewed a game called Age of Ether this weekend, which is a steampunk War of the Worlds setting with a large sprinkling of mainly player-driven time travel.
Whoa.
So as you can imagine, this is one of those fun LARPs that has basically all the stuff.
Yeah, I got
all
that vibe
the time.
From what you were telling me, yeah.
Like it's fucking insane. You've got things like you've got Ravagers, which are essentially Wasteland Reaver types. You've got Strigoi, which are ether vampires. The ether's like the ether is like this massive energy between the worlds. It's kind of like dust in the Golden Compass series, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you sort of like, you can travel through time with it. You can feed off it if you're a specific type of creature. Some creatures are made of it, which is pretty funny. And yeah, it's a good old game. It's a fun fiasco. Quite a small player base in Huntley Wood. So again, it's cardio LARP.
Yeah.
Because there's fucking hills everywhere. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend I had my most ridiculous weekend yet crewing Age of Ether, but possibly the best one.
I haven't been quiet in the fact that I'm surprised you still are amongst the living after the workload it sounded like you were putting yourself through.
Yeah. Yeah. And just yeah. So I kind of tend to do this thing where I'm crewing called Forget I'm Human. Yeah, just in and out of that monster hut like a freaking yo-yo. I'm not, if I'm sat down, it'll be for like half an hour, and then I'll be like, right, I need to go again. I can't do this. I've sat down for a whole hour, and it's been like, no, I can't. I need to do a thing. Let me be useful, please.
You know that thing where you give out advice, but then don't follow it yourself?
I'm that asshole.
You are the personification of that. Considering we have talked about in previous episodes, like we've done 8 episodes now. I can sound really snobby and say that in a previous episode. I don't know which one, so I can't link it or be even more YouTube snobby.
As a podcaster,
we have talked. As a podcaster. Go watch the whole playlist and find it. We talked about self-care and LARP and how it's very important. Remember to eat, drink, find shade, rest. Just take a break every now and then. And then, lo and behold, the very 50% of the people providing that advice just go and throw it to the wind.
Yeah, I'm not a good person to myself when I'm LARPing. But yeah, do as I say, not as I do, people. Don't do what I do to yourself. It's not a good plan. But yeah, it was a great fucking weekend. I had 4 NPC roles. And then a shit ton of monstering that I did as well, which was hilarious. Because NPC roles, especially the ones that I had this weekend, were sort of extremely fucking intense. So for 2 of them, my main brief was essentially give the players epic feels and or cry my eyes out. So that was pretty fucking intense. And then for another one, it was hate everyone.
Easy enough.
Just dislike people.
Typecast.
Exactly. Just major bad guy. And then my 4th one, I can't remember this. What even? Who am I? Where am I? What is this? I don't know.
The soul has been fragmented into so many different personalities at this point.
It feels like that, honestly. Like coming back from crewing, you play so many roles over the course of the weekend that you have to sit there for like an hour and just be like,
put yourself back together. Yeah.
Who am I anymore? I don't get it. What? Am I not an intuition engine? What? Am I not an AI? I'm confused. I can't interact with the world like this. I'm not safe to be around.
Yeah, so you touched on the main, as far as I'm aware, 2 different types of crewing, besides like maintenance and setting up site and stuff, which is NPCing and monstering, right? So how about for the people at home? How about for those people?
You're finding that way too amusing to say that with the people at home.
I'm sort of like giddy mood today. You explain the differences and the nuances behind words. Cool.
Yes, I understand what you mean. Don't worry, they're there. You can go and sit in the corner and just put
I'll just be a
bag of peas on your face or something. Cool the fuck down. Yeah. So NPCing. From my perspective, in my experience anyway, it's sort of a set role of a very specific person that plot has written into the game, with the possibility of recurring later, dependent on player actions. So the NPCs, like murdering you. So the NPCs are sort of the big snacky people. They're the ones who will be like leading the monster bands, have lots of snacky powers, the biggest bastards in the system, the ones who can give out sort of training and shit, as the case may be, or go around and harass you. And and come back and harass you later as well. So they can be nasty or nice, but they are usually the big scary ones.
Yeah.
And they're the ones those are the roles that really take it out of you because they are specific people.
You have to invest a lot into them.
Exactly. It's more like acting because they are characters that someone has made that you have to embody. Whereas with monstering, you can literally be Spod number 3 with a dagger, hiding in the trees. You don't have to figure out a name. You don't have to figure out a backstory. You don't have to embody anyone's persona. You just leap out the trees, shiv someone, and run away screaming. Like, that's it. That's what you got to do. And it's great. So a lot of my weekend is spent coming down from NPCing by monstering.
Yeah. It's a bit of catharsis by just stabbing someone.
Legit. So, for instance, one of the things that I did was on this Saturday morning, I played an AI called Ada Lovelace, who was essentially like in control of the Admiralty, as it were, in this game. And the Admiralty is doing all these bad shit, and it's just really fucking awful. And the control behind the Admiralty is this AI, but she doesn't realize she's doing it. Because essentially, like, she's a dying child's consciousness that's been put into this AI to preserve her. So, yeah. So
that's intense.
It was fucking intense. So the players had to fight their way through all of these monsters, through this AI's sort of manifestations of security measures. So, like, all the different monsters that they'd ever faced in Age of Ether were there, sort of represented. And just wave after wave being thrown at them until they got to Ada Lovelace, which was me. And at that point, they had to sort of try and talk me down and, like, essentially kill myself. Because what they did was legit, like, they had to get this AI to shut itself down. Yeah,
because it was inadvertently doing all these baddie things.
Exactly, but it's the consciousness of a scared child. They haven't even had time to really comprehend death yet. So it was just legit. There was just me and a group of other players just fucking sobbing on the floor. Like, fucking hell.
LARP.
Yeah. This is what we do to ourselves, guys. We're fucking insane.
Some heavy topics.
Super heavy topics. It was really heavy stuff. But then, like, once it was over, I had players coming up to me afterwards and being like, thank you, because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because despite the heavy topics and things, it was genuinely a really sweet moment where the players got to give this child peace after they'd spent so long essentially just trapped in this own personal hell of their own making. It's fucking amazing, frankly. Some great plot writing from the game team there.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And then after that, I went and hit people.
Yeah. Had a little moment just to beat the crap out of someone.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god,
yes, I like stabbing.
Things you can say at a LARP, which would normally get you arrested.
I'm just here to kill my friends and have a good time. Oh, wait. Oh, hi there, officer.
Why am I in the back of a police car?
I'm arrested on suspicion of what, sorry?
You're breaking my immersion.
Oh my god. That's really... Oh, what's that, a taser stick? Oh my god, that's not on brief for Wintermark. God, get out of here. Fucking immersion disturbance. But yeah, good time.
So NPCing can still be combat though, right? It's just you're a more important combat individual.
Yeah. Or like in Age of Ether, for a lot of the roles that we play for NPCs, we're sort of discouraged from going into combat.
Yeah.
Because obviously your players drive the system, not the NPCs. So you don't want these big old bastards with their amazing stats and their fucking ridiculous up to the 9 strengths in every single category possible, storming into the battle line and just obliterating monsters after monsters.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dispense plot whilst they're bleeding out on the ground.
Yep, exactly. It's just, and it's not a fun game for the players when the players want a good fight, but the NPC has just stolen all the glory.
Yeah, almost. They have a bit of plot armor almost, but not necessarily for their protection, but because they are these big snacky individuals who should be feared and revered a little bit.
Exactly. So for one of my NPCs, I play a resonant called Emily, and she's really fucking powerful and could definitely just obliterate whoever she fucking wanted just because she can.
Yeah.
But when combat happens, essentially what I'm told to do is just stick up my ether shield, which is essentially like a force field around her personally, which stops anything from hurting her. And
Nice.
just go, yeah, no, you can't hit me. I don't know what you're expecting to do. Exactly. And just sort of walk around and make sure everyone else is all right. Because she wasn't a triac member, which is sort of the player party.
Yeah.
And as not one of them, it's not her responsibility to fight for them.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can invent sort of reasons to stay out of combat if it feels like you'd steal all the glory.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, just because a lot of the things with crewing is you are there for the players.
Yeah.
You are there as a vessel for them having fun. Obviously, have fun yourself, but yeah, you're there to make sure other people have a good time. Because they're paying to be here and you're not.
It's just like with tabletop, but the DM is lots of people because he cannot be everywhere at once, and it's a bigger system.
Exactly. So, we are a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Super fun. Oh, it's good times.
So, yeah, because I haven't done it, I can't really speak about the recommendation of doing it, but crewing to new players or experienced, or I mean, when do you think you should try it?
Well, see, this is an interesting one because I've seen a lot of people recommend crewing to people who haven't even LARPed before, and they say before you even play, go and crew something and then decide if you like it. And I think I've given that same advice or something similar in the past. And I will say that is an amazing way of doing it. But you don't have to. Like, there's no right or wrong way of going about this.
Yeah.
There is no optimal time to go and crew because it is, again, it's a lot of effort. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any wrong way of going about crewing, but I would say sooner rather than later in your LARP career, go crewing.
All right.
Simply
fine, yeah, because for myself, I think it's with tabletop. When I first started doing tabletop, I was the DM from the very beginning, and I've started playing a lot more now recently with your groups and that and Ashes and such. I was briefly playing 3 different campaigns at once, and that's it's gone down to 1 again now. But I've recently been playing a lot more. But up until recently, I've been just DMing. But when it comes to LARP, I'm just of a uncertain mindset when it comes to crewing, even though it's basically like being a DM almost, but only with potentially 1 or 2 NPCs or a bunch of mindless drones.
Yeah.
I think it's more that I'm hesitant to be for the responsibility of doing it wrong, because obviously you're being handed this NPC that has basically a character sheet or whatever set for you. It says what they know, what the information they need to get across, how they need to behave and such. And I'd be very worried with the responsibility that I'd fuck that up. Or when I'm playing my own character a lot, if I do something slightly off brief, then it's suddenly brief. Like I am the character I want to be. It's not it's my own decision, so you can't really get it wrong.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hesitant. I don't know, and so that's why I'm still waiting a little bit before I think I'm ready to make sure I'm better at RP or whatever. But yeah, that's my own thoughts on it. I'd love to do it.
Would you say it's like a sort of stage fright for you then, or?
I guess in a way, just a fear of getting it wrong. So yeah, that's a form of stage fright.
Yeah, because I've heard that a few times from different people being like, oh yeah, what if I get it wrong? But fun thing about crewing is you do again make shit up as you go along. It's alarmingly similar to just playing a character, because a lot of it will be players asking you awkward questions.
Yeah.
When you come in as an NPC, and sometimes you don't have a bumblebee around to provide you with a helpful prompt, so you just have to make shit up. And as you get more comfortable with crewing, you realize that is holy shit. just what you do as a player character. Like, and as long as it's not stuff that will break the system, like, I don't know, changing the very way that time works in a game, or like inventing a new plateau of existence which you ascend to when you die, or whatever the fuck. Like, it's fine. If you want to come in as an NPC and say, oh, I've never had chocolate before, my culture doesn't have chocolate, that's fine. That's legit. You can do that, and it's all right. And in fact, when you get back to the crew room, they will probably applaud you for rolling with the players' questions, because it's just so much of it is being able to adapt on the fly.
Yeah.
Which is just what you do as a PC, honestly, anyway.
Yeah. I guess my only thought about that is that when going back to when I DM, I'm 90% improv. Like I prefer my notes for DM sessions are often quite minimalistic. The general idea, and I will just make it up as I go along. I think I'm much more confident when I'm, because if I write stuff down, I'll forget it and all that lot. I forget to read it. Too busy trying to remember to breathe. But yeah. Whereas when I if it was someone else's world, going back to that, I'd be worried that I would improvise too far, or because if I'm improving as a DM, it's my world, or for example, it's suddenly lore if I say it is lore, and so I guess you'd have to be careful with an NPC, like you said, just not creating new planes of existence and new religions and new timelines, and just talking about chocolate.
Just talk about chocolate. Which is actually a funny point during the weekend, because I was playing an Efreet, which is an extra-dimensional being. So much like the Ethereals in Future's End, we've rolled into this plane, we have no fucking idea what's going on. Who are you? What are you? What is a government? What the fuck? I'm sorry, excuse you? Like, Gesundheit? And so quite a few of the questions that the players asked, we ended up having half an hour conversation with one of the players about chocolate.
Wow.
Like, because playing with that idea of unfamiliarity and not knowing exactly what you're doing is kind of fun for the players, because then they get to be like, oh, so this is how this works, this is how that works, and they can explain things to you as they understand it.
Humanizing this extra dimensional being. Exactly.
So sometimes not knowing things is actually better than knowing the entire system back to front, because people respond to that. So even though it is nerve-wracking to go in and sort of not know anything about the system, not know what different skills do in the game, if you get given an NPC who doesn't know these things, you can play into it. And then as you get more comfortable, you can then go into other NPCs who perhaps do know more about the system and just work your way up the tree from there. So there are ways of tackling it that can lessen your anxiety about not knowing anything about the game, just by not knowing anything about the game and using that in your RP.
Definitely.
So yeah, there are ways and means that you can get around stuff and things. But if you are super, super duper nervous about anything at all to do with crewing, honestly, best advice is just go. Like, the best advice if you're nervous about things, it's like when you fall off a horse. You gotta get back on it. Just do it. That's the only way.
Just do it.
Just do it, except don't be Nike, because that's probably a bad idea.
Be Shia LaBeouf.
Be Shia LaBeouf, except don't be a cannibal unless crew tells you to.
Actual cannibal.
Shia LaBeouf. You may actually get to be a cannibal.
Yeah.
I've played
an
him.
Actual cannibal.
Played a cannibal a few times.
That's just normal life.
Yeah, it's true. You don't know. These vampire fangs I'll be wearing at the weekend. They're not fake. They're just always there.
Yeah.
They're retractable, but they're always there. For sure. For sure.
That is a LARP that you're doing that I'm sadly missing out on this weekend.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Guild of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's a new one, isn't it?
It is. Guild of Darkness is a brand shiny new LARP, essentially about monster police officers policing monsters who are not police officers. So, for any of you lovely, lovely people who have read the Terry Pratchett amalgamation of stuff, Sam Vimes and sort of the people who sort of guards in there, who watches The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Sam Vimes. And yeah, so the premise for Guild of Darkness is that you are a guild of sort of police officer people who go around patrolling and making sure that the other supernaturals who are not in the guild behave themselves.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's a modern system of coexistence between monsters and regular people.
So with monsters, you've got like undead, and you got werewolves and other such shinies. You've got like immortals, so humans that live forever and such, and risen. So you got Frankenstein. Oh, it sounds so cool. It's so cool, but I missed out because I found out too late. But
yeah,
you know what? I'll live vicariously through my friends that go.
Yes.
And we'll talk about it probably next week.
We will. Look forward to that. It's going to be good. It's going to be spoofy.
Yes.
It's going to be hilarious. And there will be shenanigans to be had that we'll need frothing about.
Do you want to tell us about your character a little bit?
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. So my character changed a little bit, actually, because I was originally going to play Wendigo. But decided against it as of like last week because
LARPers do everything last minute.
LARPers do everything last minute, precisely. Much like cosplayers, when you have con crunch a week before the event, LARPers have, oh shit, I have no idea what I'm doing, what the fuck, help.
Yep.
Crunch.
Rework everything.
Rework all the stuff. So I was playing Wendigo, which seemed like great fun when the system first came out. And then the more I thought about it, the more I worked on the kit and the character, the more I realised there was nothing to work on.
Yeah.
Because the specific character that I'd created was so fucking reactive because she'd essentially not done anything.
Okay.
Like, she just roly-polied out of a forest in Canada, face-planted in some noble family's house, and then, like, been taught how to humans for, like, 5 years, and that's it. Like, there was no meat there to sort of go and make your own game with. Which,
yeah, I understand you.
Yeah, exactly. Which I feel for a system, like for any system really, but especially for a system that is on its first game, that it's just starting out, you really want to play a character who is more active than reactive.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, just so you have things to do. Like if there's a lull where the game team are maybe unsure or something's gone wrong, you don't want to be stuck with nothing to do because your character reacts to things rather than makes game. So yeah, having some way to make game is a good idea, which is where Mia came from.
Mia,
so tiny, overtly optimistic Draugr vampire, and essentially an investigative reporter. So whenever there's a lull in the gameplay, I can literally just go around and like interview the other players.
Yeah, you've gone from one extreme to the other. You have a lot of game now that you can dispense at your whim on other people's characters.
Mm-hmm. Like, instead of just being the one who gets dispensed upon.
The dispensee. You are now the dispenser.
Exactly. I'm like a hand sanitizer of game.
Yeah.
Press top to receive angst.
Oh man,
it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, because one of the fun things about this system is that they've sort of written in ways to make your own game into the system itself. So with all these different sort of species of supernatural come interspecies relationships.
Ooh,
quite. So you've got, within the vampire line, for example, you've got impalers, who are essentially the nobility.
Ooh.
Yeah, boo, sucks to be them. They are awful. They're not. They're sort of, yeah, boo. They're the Vlad the Impaler, kind of noble vampires. Who can just eat whoever they fucking want. They've probably had servants in the past. They don't give a fuck. They're the sexy, ridiculous, strange boys hiding behind stuff and Lord Byroning at everybody. Then you've got the Draugr, who were subservient to the Impalers for a long fucking time, and essentially have just pretty much thrown off the shackles of their masters and gone, fuck you, it's the modern world, and run out to make their own lives out from under the thumb of their previous masters. Which is what I'm playing, and also what Charles will be playing when he eventually rocks up.
Yeah, mine will be a lovely Draugr surgeon who will constantly make jokes about his jealousy of leeches during the Dark Ages and bloodletting. And, even if he's fixing someone's broken leg, will make comments about how it's just too much blood in the body.
Yep.
But,
got ghosts in your blood.
Hopefully some people will just let him just have a little bite. But we'll see.
Be fun. Just have a nibble. It's fine. Just don't worry about it.
Little snack.
Just don't think about it.
It's fine, it's too much blood.
I mean, they can't say no if they're unconscious.
It's got ghosts in the bones.
Ghosts in your bones, man. Let them out. It's not fair. They're trapped in your marrow, bro. It's fine. So obviously the relationship between Draugr and Impalers is going to be super duper interesting because the Impaler's going to be like, what the fuck are you chatting, you uppity little shit? And then the Draugur's like, fuck you, we're not your servants anymore, fuck off.
Yeah, see, one thing you surprised me with today was that you told me that there was only 3 Draugr going and a lot more Impalers.
Yep.
See, I was expecting it to be completely the opposite way around, and there'd be a bit more of a, they're subservient and they're slightly weaker, but yet they are more numerous. But it turns out that the subservient, weaker ones are also outnumbered. So I'm fully expecting Mia to not be there by the time that Patrick, my character, rolls out, and she'll be in servitude somewhere.
Oh, I really hope not. It's not going to end well for that Impaler. It's really not going to end well for them.
Maybe not them, but the 9 other ones.
Yep, fucking hell. It's just like, there's 10 of them, and it's just going to be us 3 Draugr, like, clutching at each other for safety and being like, right, let's just not go outside by ourselves.
You've just got to befriend
guys.
Some of the larger, scarier characters, like the Wendigo or the Were Creatures, or... Because they're scary.
Oh man, the Wendigos.
Some people have gone
terrifying.
all out. Some people with very steeped cosplay backgrounds have gone all out on their Wendigo kit. You know who you are.
They do. If you're listening to this, we fucking love you, and oh my good god, I can't wait to see that in action. Criminy. Jiminy Crickets. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like...
Yikes.
3 of the Wendigo players have got skulls with, like...
For the articulated jaws.
Yeah, like functional mechanical clacking jaws. So when they talk, it goes...
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying. Like...
I pissed myself a little bit.
I
leaked.
What's that hissing noise? Just don't look down, okay?
Yeah. Man. I did a spoop.
Quite.
A scary poop.
I'm sorry, guys. This is a lot of bodily fluid humor in this episode.
Yeah, we're talking about the 4 humours. We talked about there's too much blood in the body. This is all coming back to Patrick, right? 4 humours.
Oh dear.
Medieval
is he going to be
medieval? I don't know.
Well, no, pre-medieval. I'm pretty sure it's
nerd.
Shut your face. I'm pretty sure it's like that was 4 humans is like ancient Greek, isn't it? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't know shit. I don't know what I'm chatting. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And considering that Draugr have the medical skill for free, yeah, some bitches are going to be relying on us for getting back up again when they fall over.
Mm-hmm.
And if they've been mean to us, guess who's not getting back up?
Boom.
Boom shakalaka. Rethink your life choices, Impalas, Impaler balls.
Shia LaBeoufs.
In Shia LaBeoufs. But yeah, it's gonna be funny because I'm talking like this now and I'm being all bullshit and shit, but my character is so not like that.
The things that are discussed here are entirely out of character. Oh, yeah. Disclaimer. Please don't kill Ella.
Well, you can.
Or Mia.
You can try. You can try. I found out today that she's a lot tankier than I thought she was.
Yeah. So got a really interesting skill tree based on the fact that certain races get certain free skills and such. It's really in depth and cool. I did enjoy looking at it longingly from afar.
Legit. So for our lovely Draugr people, a lot of people in the system without free skills like this are one-hit wonders. Like for some people, if you don't pick up tanky skills, you will be a one-hit wonder squishy. But Draugrs, we have stamina, which gives us +1 HP already, and then we get very light armor, which is another +1. So we ended up on 3 base just from free shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are going to be kind of hilariously tanky people. for being the supposedly subservient ones. Going to be quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be an intriguing game. We shall see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next episode, hopefully, if it goes well.
Next time on the FMUFs, upon the internet, into your ear canals. Yeah. Woo. And you can't see it, but I'm making the superhero Superman gesture.
I could tell that you're moving. I didn't know what you were doing.
I'm having a workout.
I thought you were just sort of like vibing and voguing.
Yeah. No, I'm on CrossFit.
Yeah. Oh, you're on a treadmill whilst you're doing the podcast.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have one of those treadmill discs. You know, like you see on all the animated movies where the parent is on a treadmill desk and then like something happens and they fall immediately backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
Falling comedically backwards.
Maybe it'll happen now when we talk about your On Your Left segment.
Oh, yeah, I fell off. I fell off my treadmill. I fell off the treadmill. Okay, let's do this. Oh god. Oh god. Don't die. That could be anticlimactic. Oh, well, I don't have to do On Your Left anymore because Charles is dead. Woo!
Nope.
Woo! Oh, he's still alive. Shit.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You decided it would be a great idea to be on the maiden voyage. Dead again. You decided it would be a great idea to be on the maiden voyage of the Titanic.
I did, true story.
Lo and behold, iceberg dead ahead.
Cool.
And then they turn a little bit and it scrapes down the side of the ship. Yada yada yada. Conspiracy.
For sure.
And then it's sinking now. That's bad, isn't it? I'm gonna have to add a little bit to what I told you. The lifeboats have all disembarked.
Fuck.
And you're still on board because you overslept.
Well, you didn't tell me this, Charles.
No, because I knew that you'd probably just say, "I get on a lifeboat." So I decided to add this little disclaimer.
I hate you.
The object that was on your left when I dispensed this question to you is what you have to use or use to help you escape or survive this scenario.
I hate you so much.
Was your answer genuinely going to be get onto a lifeboat?
It was. Because here's the thing. Guess what was on my left?
Money?
My fucking purse.
Yeah, I guess. You're just going to bribe someone to let you on a lifeboat.
Legit was the plan. To just be like, here, have my money and also these like these rings that were also in my purse. No, can I get on lifeboat, please? Can I has? But no. Apparently, Charles has just entered my mind palace and stolen my lifeboats.
What a twist out of nowhere.
What a twist. He stole my lifeboats from my mind palace.
Yep, they're all gone.
What a bastard. So rude. Okay, so I'm stuck on the Titanic and it's sinking and there are no lifeboats and like the life will go on or whatever is playing in the background to mock me, and I can just see like the piano in the corner with someone going, "Yeah, don't let go, Jack," and we all know he's gonna let go. But yeah, there you are, exactly. So what I'm gonna do first of all is I'm gonna run to the side of the ship, gonna dramatically do the thing that she does with throw a random piece of jewelry in the water for no fucking reason, because apparently that's a staple of being upon the Titanic that one must do in that scenario. Secondly, I'm going to look up towards the docking point of the Titanic ship, which is currently up in the air, and laugh as that one guy in the movie falls from the top of the ship and falls on top of the docking point, straddling it, and gives a Wilhelm scream before falling into the ocean, because I swear that fucking happened in the film.
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah.
It honestly threw me so much, because it's a super intense scene, and then someone full-on slam straddles a docking point, like, with their groin, and then Wilhelm screams. It's so out... What the fuck? Who put that in there? Like, anyway. So after I'm done laughing at that, I will then climb to the top of the Titanic. Imagine a sandwich.
Imagine a sandwich.
In my mind palace, I will now have a sandwich.
Yep, cool.
So I've now got in my hand. And I will just eat a sandwich.
Yep.
On top of the Titanic, because currency is fucking worthless on the Titanic.
Yeah, there's lots of currency floating about, yeah.
There's lots of currency. No one cares anymore.
But due to inflation, you've got you've got a lot of money on you.
True, but
right
like, it's not a hostage situation, Charles. It's a sinking fucking ship. Like, what am I gonna do? Bribe the ocean not to kill me?
Hey,
like,
everyone and everything has a price.
well, what price did my dignity cost when you took away my lifeboats, Charles?
And
Anyway,
it was easy, free.
fucking,
I'll do it again.
Guilty. Anyway, I'm going to pocket my money like a badass. I'm gonna run around the ship. I'm gonna find some rope, and then I'm gonna find a grapple or like a piece of metal hooking that looks like a grapple, and then I'm going to throw the grapple onto the iceberg, and I'm going to climb on the iceberg.
Okay, you're on an iceberg.
I'm on an iceberg with my money.
Yep.
And also a hook, and then I'm going to sit there and hope I don't die, and then wait for another boat, and then
I was going to say the boats. I'm pretty sure the boats came back to look for.
Well, then that's what I'll do, and then I have my money to be like, "Hey, I'm rich. Get me off this iceberg." and then
Is that the new series that they're replacing? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Hey, I'm rich.
Get me off this iceberg.
Exactly that. So I'll be like, "Hey, I'm rich. Get me off this iceberg," and then they'll get me off this iceberg, and it'll be great. And then it'll be recorded in the textbooks that some random dipshit was on an iceberg, and then at this time they will look back on it and realize that they were fucking duped because this dipshit did not have as much money as they thought she did because it's inflation, and then they'll feel stupid.
Sure.
And I'll laugh because I'm still alive and I'm probably in New York eating pizza or some shit. Or and shawarma. Or was shawarma a thing in those days? I don't know. Anyway, I'm here.
I've had a shawarma. Have you had a shawarma?
I have had a shawarma. Shawarma is great. Have you not had a shawarma?
No, I have. I was surprised by how good it was.
Oh my god, I love shawarma so much.
I actually took a risk because I had it before an exam and I was very worried because it was from a slightly dodgy looking vendor. I was like, this could end really badly. One of my final exams. It's like
you chanced getting the shits before a final exam.
I chanced street meat before a very important exam.
You brave boy. Brave soul.
But yeah, you took the seat that whatever the face main character from Titanic would have sat on. That's why she let Jack go, in fact, because she saw that there was only one spare seat, so she was like, fuck off. We don't need you. I'm going to sit next to this weird-looking time traveler.
Yeah, Jesus. Get out of here, Jack. You're clogging up our pianos.
Yeah.
You're clogging up our weird iceberg fictions. How dare you? I'm just going to go and run off into the sunset with your girl. I'm just here to steal your girl. With your girl. I'm here to steal Rose for myself with my iceberg money and my pizza, which I now have because I've decided that I have that.
Yeah, with all that money and the Italian population of New York.
And also now a sandwich because, yes, and that sandwich that I imagined. You got the
sandwich that you used to give you strength in that moment of strife.
I do like the idea that when a ship is sinking, just run up to the highest point of it, take a moment to eat a sandwich, and then come up with a great idea that will save you, but only after you've had a sandwich.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have the energy. And you can't exactly grappling hook with a sandwich. That would be really irresponsible. You need to keep the balance. That's
stupid. That's bad grappling hook etiquette. It's in page 1 of the grappler hook manual. Don't grapple while sandwiched.
You took a risk, though, because you can't swim within 1 hour of eating.
Oh, I would have been eaten by the unfortunate events leeches, exactly. Yeah. Oh.
Full circle, we're back to the leeches.
We are back to the leeches again. Everything ends in leeches.
People are going to realise that we actually script all of these episodes.
Shit. Oh, man, we've been foiled.
Yep.
So foiled. That's really the case, guys. We have like a shared Google Doc of a script.
Yeah.
That's clearly how that works.
This is on the script, in fact. This is meta.
It's so meta. Oh man. Oh, what's that? Fourth wall. Ah, no, not my face. Oh, I broke my nose on the fourth wall. Oh no. Ow.
Yep. This mess is totally scripted.
It's totally scripted. We're just bad at script writing, which is ironic because of my degree. Anyway. Can we say I survived?
Yeah,
Did
well
I
done.
live?
I applaud you. You successfully.
I did it.
Yeah, despite See, wasn't that so much better than you just bribing someone at the beginning?
No, I'd rather just have bribed someone with all I had to bribe someone anyway, so I'm not sure what
but
victory.
You got a sandwich, a grappling hook.
Yeah, but that's just because I imagined a sandwich. You didn't give me a sandwich. You left me with nothing, Charles. Nothing. Do you hear me?
Headed down. There was a whole abandoned cafeteria on that ship.
You did not mention an abandoned cafe. Oh,
of course there was an abandoned. What did you dare to eat stuff on this voyage?
Charles, I'm mind kicking you in my mind palace.
Ow!
And I hope you felt it. Yeah. How dare you? I've stood on your foot in your mind palace. You're welcome. I hope your life jackets and your lifeboats please you in this moment of pain.
Mind housemate ever.
Good. I'm gonna leave all of your dishes unwashed. Bitch. Bitch. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have questions.
Swiftly moving on. Yeah, we have a bunch of questions. These are not, rather disappointingly, these are not viewer submitted questions.
No, they're not.
I'm not going to go on a vicious tirade because I get told off for doing that.
You do.
Our viewers.
I will actually shoot you in. Yeah. I will shoot him in the face with an arrow.
What I will say is that just pick up your game.
I will shoot you. You're getting dangerously close to me stepping on your mind palace toes again, bitch. Anyway,
if you would like an answer to your question, saved it.
If you like a question to your answer,
if you like a question to your answer, an answer to your question, we do either. In fact,
we do either.
We do Jeopardy on here. We say we answer the question to your answer.
For sure.
Just pop them in the comments or Facebook or Twitter
or mind palace them.
Or just send a letter.
Or send a letter. Owl pigeon.
Owl pigeon them to us.
Owl pigeon them.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I was gonna say owl post and it came out owl pigeon.
I got that vibe, but I think we're rolling with it now. Owl pigeon.
Owl pigeon. In Mother Russia, post carries owl.
Email.
E-mails.
DM me on MySpace.
Wait, did MySpace have DMing? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think that's Instagram. I don't know what we're doing. What is the 21st century? I don't know.
The 21st.
What is it?
Yeah, so just because we love it and we get very excited when we see questions we can answer. And
ridiculously
excited. I love the fact that last episode or the episode before, I can't remember either track, we did an entire viewer-based episode. It made me very happy. I let out a little squee, so if you want more of that, send them in. But for now, we will do ones that we have picked and chosen randomly from the deep, deep internet.
Yeah, dark space. I went on OnionNet for these bad boys. You're welcome.
Yeah. I have one that I'm very proud of, but I'm just a little tease. I'm not gonna do it this episode.
How could you?
I know.
Now that's really sad.
I'm very excited to ask it to you, but not today. So if you would like to kick us off with one of yours.
Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. Stand by. I don't know which one to choose. Beep. Oh God. Okay. Okay. So how do you find your voice and personality in game? You go. Because you put me on the spot, and now I'm putting you on the spot, bitch. How do you do it?
How do you find your voice and personality in the game?
Yes.
Okay. I misunderstood the question at first. I thought you meant, like, what do you think of your voice and personality? I was like, it's alright.
It's great. It's the best thing ever.
Some people think I'm posh, some people think I don't. I'm so, a bit English. But no, how do you find it is and come up with it and make it unique?
Yes.
Interesting question that I am pondering.
Good.
I'm not stalling for whatsoever.
Not at all. Definitely, we don't stall
How
here.
to find your voice and personality. Personality. I'll start with that.
Okay. He doesn't know. Charles.exe not found.
It's entirely built upon your personality. Is just a manifestation. Oh, look at this! I'm going to be really deep and philosophical, very briefly and incorrectly. So don't call me out on it. Your personality is essentially just a manifestation of your experiences.
Right.
And so.
That's hilariously vague. I want to.
Yeah. Okay. Building upon that in more detail, if you'll let me speak for 5 seconds.
No, you're not allowed. What do you think you are, co-host? Fuck off.
In-depth and unique backstory gives you those experiences that you can make up to draw upon to create a character that will react differently to yourself or to different circumstances. So if your character lost all their family, like a common trope, one that I use frequently, in a horrible accident like Pan Man, throwback.
Amazing. We love
then they will react in certain circumstances to. I'm not drunk, I swear. To situations regarding to family. If they lost their sister, then situations regarding to sisters or siblings may be a sore point for them, and they'll react differently. If they're a very family-oriented person, that's just one example. And it's sort of it. I don't know. This is a very good. It's an amazing question. Who asked it?
People. I don't know. Yes. Who asked it? Yes.
But I think there's an answer in there, because it means that also, for example, if something extreme happens in game, then you can have your character can have a change of heart. They can have a change, sort of change of mindset, a change of personality, and so. I'd say the key to a unique personality is a unique backstory. And tragedy often works because it gives you very extreme circumstances that you may not have experienced in real life. If you have, I'm sorry, but if you haven't, if you live quite a normal day-to-day life, having a backstory filled with strife gives you a lot more to work with. Because if you have an average Joe that's had a normal life, they're probably going to act pretty normal and not necessarily not unique, but probably unique to every other person there who will be psychopathic and traumatized.
True. Average Joe.
Give them quirks like fears, make them terrified of certain monster types, certain creatures, like something small. Just little things build up a very big personality and picture. As for voice, I think that's a voice. I don't think they necessarily mean as an accent, but so voice and personality are probably one and the same here. If you want to do an accent, then that's fun. And
do it. Do it.
I don't often do it for LARP. I've only recently started doing it for tabletop because we've been doing it over the internet, and it's less daunting. However, now that I've gotten into certain voices for my characters, I'm more comfortable using them. And I will bring out Moon, who is my Tabaxi sort of character based upon the Khajiit from Skyrim and Elder Scrolls games. I bring out his voice more often now, as I'm very comfortable with it and fond of it.
Yes.
But they shall. Oh, I was literally about to say I'm not getting it out, and then I slipped into it so easily.
I caught it. Yeah. We see you, cowboy. We fucking see you.
I shall not use it on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, he just went ultra. Guys, I think we just witnessed the Ultra Charles. That was the Ultra Charles right there. That's the most Cambridge thing you've ever done in your life.
I'm not from Cambridge.
But it's the most Cambridge thing you've ever done in your life. You're welcome.
Oh. But yeah, I just think backstory and experiences that you can draw upon.
For sure.
I could have done it in 3 words, but
you chose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're professionals. I want to get to that.
What are your thoughts on that, Ali? You've had long enough to think.
I have.
Laughing at me.
Wait, I was supposed to be thinking. Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought I'm just here to heckle you. To be honest, like I didn't sign up to actually be productive here in this podcast.
Well, get good, scrub. Give an answer.
Excuse you. I will fight you. Anyway, so voice and personality. A lot of this I feel like for me stems from a specific point of inspiration that I start working on for a character. So for a lot of it, it will be that I've stumbled upon a song that I like, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to play the person who this song is talking about, or I want to play the person who's singing this song. Yeah, because like then you've got an entire 3-minute pre-made backstory type thing, as it were. So like for Pip, my Empire character, her entire shtick is based on the song The Wanderer from Fallout, because she's a jerk.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a note of that and listen to it.
Yeah, so it's a song about a person who essentially wanders around the entire world, just not getting too close to anyone, not getting attached, blinkers on, straight ahead, goes around having fun and moves on, and just doesn't care about what they leave in their wake. Because they're too busy focusing on their future and on their experience. And I really liked that idea of sort of what could lead a person to be like that. So the questions that song rose for me then turned into Pip as a character and became more fleshed out as I made the kit and as I thought about backstory and all that shenanigans. So it can be a song for me, like with Pip, or it can be a concept such as tiny, overexcited reporter, as my Draugr is. So yeah, that's where personality sort of comes from. For me, it's a specific point of inspiration that then just goes out of fucking control. Voice-wise, it all develops in-game. So as soon as I hit play, then I decide the voice. Then I decide what this person sounds like. That is it. Like,
yeah, their mannerisms and things like that.
Exactly. They all develop in play as I go. I make shit up on the fly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't fully conceptualize this person without the context of the game. And you can't really know the context of the game until you're in it. Because it's LARP. It's fucking insane. It's going to be, no matter what the brief says, it's not going to prepare you.
Yeah, exactly. The plan goes out the window.
Yep. You plan, you come to the thing, and then you realise that your plan is completely obsolete and you have to chuck it out the window and make 5 new other ones. And then chuck all those out the window. So yeah, that is my answer to that question.
Yeah. The personality doesn't necessarily have to be different or unique entirely from like your out of character personality. You can exaggerate certain features. So for example, I'm quite a friend orientated person out of character. Like I think I live by my friends around me, for example. So in character, I sometimes exaggerate that to the max. So I'll be like, I die for my family, or my friends are my family. And you build so it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I think I'm quite a nice person out of character, therefore I'm going to play a villain, because that's the only way I can be unique and different and make sure I have a out of character separate from my in character. You can put twists upon it, make it more extreme, less extreme, for example, things like that.
I think that's a very good point. Like, you should never feel any stress to be something very, very different than what you are, because that's just not fun. Like, if you are stressing out because you're like, oh no, my RP isn't good enough, I'm not interesting as a person because I'm not killing myself trying to be something that I'm not. No, don't do that to yourself. If you want to just play someone who is just you but turn up to 11, heckin' do that. And if anyone gets up in your face about it, send me a message and I will fight that person with a shovel, which I will then bury them with. Okay?
Whoa.
Cool. Good. Looking out for you guys.
Shallow graves.
Shallow fucking grave, y'all. Good.
That was a good question. Made me think. Made my brain go into meltdown a little bit.
It did. I think we all just realised that Charles is actually an automaton and his cortex just melted.
Help.
Help. Right, that was your question?
That was your question.
Do you want a question from my side of
Oh, that was literally your question.
Right. Who's reading one out next? I can't. I don't know.
That was one of your ones.
Okay, so you read one now. Yeah. Cool.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. It's too fucking hot. My room is sweltering at the minute, so I'm so sorry I sound like a mess. It's because I am literally a sweaty swamp monster right now.
Give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3. Okay, 1. Ooh, I zoomed in on my phone. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a nice one. So
Yes.
This is funny because actually I was going to make a reference to this question being similar to the Golden Compass, and then you actually made a reference to that earlier in this episode, and I was like, what? So the question is, what if you were to have a familiar or an animal companion that is linked to you or whatever, what form would it take? Which is, it's been a while since I've read or seen the Golden Compass, but that's a premise, that's like a thing in the world, right? They have their own little familiar.
Yeah. They have their demons,
that's the one,
which is their soul.
But yeah, so what form do you think yours would take?
Heck,
I have no idea, so you're going first because I haven't even thought about this.
Oh shit. Okay, that is a hecking question and a half. Blech. See, I would quite like it to be like a big old wolfy type thing that could just like with his little earlings and just it is like cuddle and it's just, oh god, it's so cute and adorable. But it would probably be something more like a bird, I think, for me. Yeah, like probably be some sort of raven or whatever the fuck.
Ooh, is that just because you like that, or is that a reflection upon yourself? You think is that you? Wait, there's personifying. Is there animalifying?
I think this is animalifying. Actually, yeah.
You think that you are a crow or a raven?
Actually, no, that's not right. Yeah, no, because oh man, brain, it works. I just remembered a thing. Right, so ages ago, when I first read The Golden Compass, ages and fucking years ago, when I was like a wee bab of a human being, wee bab. I was talking about this with a group of friends, and we like all took a quiz, and then we're just discussing it, and I decided that I'd actually probably have a seagull. As a little seagull, yeah. Just because, hear me out, I am loud, and steal your chips. Yeah. But also, in the book, there's a guy who's on the ships, for the sailing folk that go around the world. Yeah. And he has a seagull as his demon, and the reason he has a seagull is because he can always find a port in a storm, and he can always find his friends.
Aww.
And I was just like, that really got to small Ella as a kid, and it's just stuck with me throughout everything. So I think if I were to have a familiar, I would probably have a seagull for that exact reason.
Man, that's really wholesome.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to make any jokes. That's cute.
Yay! I did a thunk, guys. Are you proud of me? My brain functioned for all of 5 seconds. Don't expect it to be happening again for another 5 years.
Wow.
Your go, motherfucker.
Probably, no matter how old I am, mine would be a puppy.
Aww. No, I can see that.
Just excited to see everyone all the time.
Aww.
Just giving attention and running after balls.
Yes. That's Charles
that went downhill really quickly.
That's Charles Boyer, always running after balls. Whenever he gets a chance, he's gone. We can't let him near Grinder anymore.
Well then.
Oh man. Oh god, I think I
made a mistake of taking a drink when I was not done laughing.
I think I just gained abs from laughing. That was great. Oh man. Comedy fucking gold, man. Oh, this has been such a high-class humor episode.
We've has been the worst.
4 humorous puns and chasing after balls.
I think it's my fault.
You're really loopy today, and it's rubbing off.
Sorry.
I just said rubbing off. Anyway.
Well, this has been...
that's FMUF. FMUF.
Pretty much, yeah. I think we're at about the hour mark, so I think...
Okay, should we do one more?
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's do one more.
You can do one.
Right, actually, this one's a nice one. So in character question from Hey Dios.
No.
In character, what is your most prized possession, and how did you acquire it?
Quickly, yeah. My question was from @messedupmovies on Twitter.
Ooh.
But yeah. Back
Hi, Messed Up Movies.
Sorry, repeat that once more because I wasn't listening.
You.
At least I'm honest.
You don't deserve this podcast. Get out. There's the door in your mind palace. Leave. Exit through it. Remember to lock the lock. Anyway, Hey Dios asks, in character, what is your most prized possession and how did you acquire it?
Nuggets.
Nuggets?
No, that was me exclaiming my my oh dear.
Right.
Wow, which character are we doing?
Let's do Empire. Should we do our Empire characters?
That's harder.
Well, what do you want to do, Charles?
Oh, I don't know. Does Reedon have a most prized possession?
Right, okay, no. Fuck it. Let's do Future's End.
Yeah, I think I actually have one.
Do it.
Do you want me to go first?
No.
Okay,
I want to hear yours.
Go on then.
I want to hear yours now. Go.
No, I said, do you want me to go first?
Oh, yes. In that case.
So, my Future's End character is Chum. He's a trash person. He's a mutant who is homeless, essentially. Well, sort of lives he squats in a warehouse with this one's character.
Excuse you. Actually, no, yeah, that's true. They're both squatting.
It is 100% true.
No, they're both squatting.
Yeah,
neither of them pay
rent. He's got a troubled past that hasn't really come out in the game all that much. Your character knows about some of it. But yeah, he, like all good superheroes,
yep,
has had issues with his parents in his past.
Daddy issues.
Yeah, 100%. Daddy issues, the superhero. Yeah, and he actually took his father's, through some series of events, took his father's motorbike as part of his backstory. And it was a sort of a way of escaping, but also it was a way of holding him back to his past for a long time. But yeah, he actually took some of the chain, so that the bike chain from this vehicle, and has made it into a bracelet that he wears.
Yeah.
Then that is sort of a way of remembering it. Like I said, because he stole it to escape, but then also it was a very key point in remembering where he came from and linking him back to this not so great past that he had, and that's sort of been resolved and stuff, which was a fun moment of RP that we had. But also, yeah, he's got a way of remembering it now through this little bracelet made out of bike chain, which he has and wears always.
Oh, it's also a really fucking cool piece of kit.
It is, yeah. When I was thinking of the whole character concept, I was like, what sort of jewelry can I use? And I sort of thought, is that a thing? I reckon it'll be a thing. Googled it, sure as hell, it's a thing. Found a very cheap one online and made some backstory about it.
Epic as fuck.
Yeah, but it fits with this whole aesthetic of being a sort of grungy engineer sort.
Small trash.
But yeah, how about you? You can do... Well, I'll do one that I know, so Empire or Future Zone.
Okay. I will... yeah, let's go ahead and keep the Future Zen theme going.
Okay, I'm very curious about this one.
Cool. So, most prized possession for Tag, again, trash superhero, out on the streets trying to forge her own path. Her most prized possession is, again, another sort of motory automobile one.
Ooh.
It's her van, actually.
Yay, Steve.
Yeah, so her van is called Steve, after the uncle that it once belonged to, and in backstory, it essentially sat in her childhood home's various garages for fucking yonks. They moved in the van every time they moved house, that sort of thing. And then eventually, when the big event happened that caused her to leave home.
The event.
The event, to capital letters, all caps, obviously. She took this van and just fucking motored out of this place, which she'd known her entire life. She motored away from her family, which she still loved to bits. So essentially, her van is now the piece of home that she carries around with her at all times, because it is her house now. That's where she lives. Ever since leaving home, the van is her base of operations. So it's simultaneously her home and also her reminder of her family, which she had to leave for various reasons. Yeah, so it's quite a lovely little piece of
nod
plot. Yeah, like whenever Tag tells people about her van, like if they get fresh with her about her van, like at one point in Ashmount Prison, somebody did call Steve smelly. And Tag went fucking insane on their asses because nobody disrespects Steve, because that in her mind is her family in a vehicle.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you allowed Charm, my character, to work on Steve a little bit. To fix him up because he was in a state of slight disrepair.
Major disrepair.
Major. Yeah, and you allowed him some liberties with insulting it.
Yeah.
And the mess. I'm thinking I was more insulting the mess that you'd caused within Steve.
Pretty much.
Which was horrible.
Yep. Burritos everywhere. Fucking pizza packets.
Yeah, that's fun. Fun moment of... Because Future Zen, I think we mentioned before, uses Twitter as a platform for communication between events in the downtime. So I had a bit of fun posting stuff on that about... I stole a quote from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Captain Holt takes a photo of like a trash dump. Well, he takes a photo of Jake Peralta's locker, and he says, one of these photos is your locker, one of them is a trash dump in
the Philippines.
The Philippines. And it's like, they're both your locker. I did the same thing about your van.
Yep. Poor Steve.
Yep.
Tag tries, but she's literally a disaster. And the best that she can do is sometimes throw away old pizza packets. That's it. So yeah, it's a good sign of trust between the characters, I think, which was the point where
you allowed Chum to touch Steve, let alone like work on him and fix him up a bit.
Yeah, because like anyone in Alpha will tell you, if any one of the engineers goes like within 5 feet of Steve, Tag's like, step the fuck back, sunshine.
Oh, wow. I am so honoured.
Legit. So yeah, it's a nice little thing that you can have if you can think of a prized possession that you have, whether you have it with you in person as kit or whether it's something that you have in downtimes like a van. Just having that sort of thing there and having that thing symbolize something bigger for your character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just really fucking fun to riff off of. So
yeah.
It's something to think about. If you haven't got that for your character, you might want to think about throwing that one in there, seeing what comes out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't all have to be when you first think of the character. For example, Chum, he has a jacket, and his main jacket is covered entirely in patches. I don't have a story for every single one yet. I'm probably going to come up with them as I go. Maybe if someone asks, I'll make one up on the fly.
Yep.
But then once I have them, they are links to his backstory that I can have, which are nice little nods.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, they can come on. You can create them out like post creating your character.
There's a dog.
I heard that one.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think actually that is it for today, guys.
I think so.
I think we're pretty much covered, and we are just over the hour mark. Yeah, excellent, cool. I'm going to go and be a horrendous swamp monster now and put a bag of peas on my face in attempt to cool the fuck down because England has decided to become knockoff Australia.
Yes, very,
fuck's sake.
Very hot.
It's just awful.
I would like to apologise for my loopiness.
There's Moon again. There's Moon again.
No, I would like to apologise for my loopiness in this episode.
We're so sorry. We're not, but we are. We love you all.
Yeah,
you're welcome
right.
to FMUF back. Yes. Yep.
Terrific.
Bye, everyone. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.